What's going on? It's Orca with Fearless Orca Tactical. Today we're reviewing the Taser Pulse. All right guys, the Taser Pulse. I want to give a quick shout out to Orlando FFL for supplying this product for review. Guys, if you're in the Central Florida area, check them out. They have this along with any of your other self-defense, ammunition, or tactical gear needs. So this is what you get in the box, guys. You get the Taser Pulse, 2 cartridges. As you can see, one of them's missing here. If you stick around to the end of this video, you'll see why. We had to test the product out and I volunteered for that. You also get this neoprene sleeve here that'll cover the stun gun. It's a little bit of a pain to get on here, but once it's on there, it covers where your cartridge goes at the muzzle as well as your trigger guard. It's got this little tab here on the rear. It doesn't cover your grip, but it's got this little tab on the rear. You grab that, slide it right off. They also do make holsters for the Pulse. I really think this is a great, less than lethal self-defense option for anybody out there who wants something other than a firearm in case they can stop a situation prior to needing deadly force, or someone who doesn't feel comfortable necessarily carrying a gun or taking a life potentially. Another really cool thing with this is in most places there's no background checks needed, which means they can ship this directly to your front door. Again, that's most places. Check your local and state laws to find out what criteria you have to cover in order to own and carry one of these. They all differ from state to state, and sometimes municipalities have different laws. It's got a very familiar feel and subcompact design. Anybody out there who shoots is going to feel real comfortable with this. It's nice and subcompact, as you can see it. I mean, I have big hands, but still it fits very well in my hand. Feels very similar to a firearm. You have some rudimentary sights on here, but realistically, you're not going to use those. When you flip this safety switch to fire, you get a LED indicator on your battery percentage, as well as a flashlight and a laser. This laser is lined up with the sights. It's zeroed in really well right out of the box, so there's nothing you have to do to alter or change it. And another really cool thing is this, unlike the law enforcement model, which goes for 5 seconds, when you pull the trigger on this, it can run for 30 seconds continuously. That allows you plenty of time to hit your attacker, let it run, drop this thing, and get clear of the situation and get out of danger. That's really cool that Taser offers that 30-second duration for the civilian model of their products. And that light and laser is really beneficial for target acquisition and not having to worry about training on these sights that, again, they're really rudimentary, but you use that laser and that should be where you're going to hit. Another really cool thing is that the cartridges are only one way that you can use this as a defensive tool. These run about $30. Again, it comes with 2. They go in this way, clip them in. Once they're in there, the leads contact right here. You can see that attaches to the leads on the actual firearm. So you just make sure you put that in there this way, whether they hit the leads, When you pull that trigger, it ejects the probes. Once they're in your assailant, they're lighting them up. But outside of shooting cartridges, you can also dry fire this and run that directly into your attacker, and they're gonna feel it as well. And again, if you let this thing go, it'll run for a solid 30 seconds. The coolest thing about the Taser Pulse, I feel, is Taser's awesome safe escape program. Taser stands behind their product so much that they offer a program where if you have to use this in a self-defense situation, and say you were attacked and deployed a cartridge into someone and dropped and left your taser on the scene, as long as you have a police report and proof of purchase, Taser says that they will comp you with either the same model or a like model at no charge other than shipping and handling. That's really awesome of Taser to do something like that. That tells me that they believe in their product, and not only that, they care about their customer safety and well-being enough to replace what they got from them. That's a home run in my opinion for Taser, and if nothing else, a reason to pick something like this up, because they really care about the people that they supply their products to. If I had to pick some things that I'm really not a fan of about this, it would be its effective range. Obviously at dry firing, you have to be within arm's reach of your assailant. Using the probes, they are good out to a 15 feet area. So your assailant still has to be pretty close to use this thing on them. 15 feet is close enough that they could possibly do damage to you. So, or if you misjudge and you fire early and they're 20 feet away, well, you just missed them and expelled a cartridge, and now you have to either dry fire or have your other cartridge and fumble, take this one out, replace the new one while they're still possibly coming to attack you. So the limited range, while it's nice, it does give you some sort of a buffer zone. You still have to understand depth of field and depth of where your assailant is in order to effectively use this. Another issue with that is that it's electricity, guys. You have to complete the circuit. If you shot this at an assailant and they were within that 15 feet, but for whatever reason, one or both of the leads did not make contact with the individual, it's not going to work. You have to close the circuit in order for this thing to be useful. But with that being said, I mean, if it didn't work, you could always kill it, remove the cartridge, and if they continued to attack, when they got close, press it into them and give them a good little shock. Cost is another thing that's kind of a con, in my opinion. These things run about $300 with the 2 cartridges, and while that's not a ridiculous amount of money, for $300, if you chose, you could buy a firearm to protect yourself with. That's personal preference. What do you feel like you want to have to protect your life? How much is your life's worth to you, and how comfortable you feel carrying a firearm and potentially having to use it. If you don't feel comfortable, then by all means, this is a great option. You're not going to kill anyone, shouldn't kill anyone with something like this, but you're definitely going to stop an attacker. So if that's all you want to do is stop someone from attacking you, or and not necessarily take a life, then by all means, this is a great option. Lastly, my biggest con with this is that it may or may not take someone down. I know everybody's seen the videos out there or watched the law enforcement reality TV shows where they hit him with a taser and bang, the guy drops to the ground right away. With this, it doesn't have the same voltage that the law enforcement model does. They have almost 3 times as high of the voltage, but theirs only runs for 5 seconds. This does have a lower voltage, but it's gonna run for a solid 30 seconds. So it may or may not knock down your assailant, but it's gonna give them a long ride if you choose to let this run the whole course. If you watch this little clip here I'm about to show in a minute, you'll see that I took this and it did not go to the ground. However, I don't think that I could have rode the entire 30 seconds, nor would I have wanted to. Again, this is more designed to give you the ability to flee, not to apprehend someone. So if all you want to do is defend yourself and get out of Dodge, this will get it done. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends. Again, special thanks to Orlando FFL for allowing me to take this product and do a review on it. Again, if you're in the Central Florida area, make sure you check them out. I'll leave their address and a link to their website in the description as well as in this video. And have fun watching me get hit with the Taser Pulse.